Hi, my name is Audrey Dreen, and I'm an ALEKS Implementation Manager. Before I had this role, I taught with ALEKS for 5 years. So today I'm going to talk you through how to use the ALEKS reports mid-semester to check in with your students, as well as how to curate your class instruction to meet your student needs. The first thing I'm going to talk through is the snapshots of student data that's available to you from your course homepage in ALEKS. You'll want to drop into one of your courses using the class dropdown tab at the top. Once you do so, you'll notice that these tiles will fill in with snapshots and snippets of student data and information. There are multiple pages, so be sure you use the arrows to see all of the information and tiles that are available to you. You can also rearrange these by dragging and dropping so that you can see the most important ones to you every single time you log in as the instructor. I would use these as my proactive way of checking in on students every single day. So I would log in and take a look at things like this average pie report to see where my students were at and ensure it was increasing each day. You can also use the links in the bottom right-hand corner to view the full report that goes along with the reports that are underneath this tab. I would use these as my way of just doing a quick check-in with my students mid-semester to ensure that they are working through the course. Sometimes I would toggle over, like in this overall grade one, I would toggle over to lowest so I could know that I need to check in with these students on here, or students not recently logged in, I would check in with those students. I would also do the same thing for average pie progress. A lot of times I would take a look at the highest or the lowest just to see which students I should support and in what way. Beyond just checking in with students mid-semester, I also use these snapshots and tiles to actually curate my class instruction for the day to ensure that it's meeting the students exactly where they're at. How I would do that is I would use these three at the top: ready to learn, attempted but not yet learned, and lost in a recent assessment. And what I would do is before I jumped into my lecture for the day, we would just spend the first few minutes going over one of these. If we were going to do a ready to learn one for the day, all I would do is just click on the most ready to learn topic, meaning that the majority of my students have the prerequisite skills to be able to be successful with this topic, as well as they're going to see it shortly in their learning path. So what I would do is I would just pull up an example problem and have them work through quietly on their own for the first few minutes to see if they can figure out the answer for this. I would then have them turn and talk to somebody that's sitting near them or a group to ensure that they all had the same answer. And then we would go through the full explanation, and I would pull this up on my board to show them the full explanation as well as the answers to see if they got it correct or incorrect. I would usually then click try another for the next couple of minutes just to see if they could use what we just learned and apply it to another question. This helped me curate my instruction to meet the students exactly where they were at and ensure that I was helping support them with their ALEKS course, as well as then lecturing for the rest of my class time with them. I would do a similar setup with attempted but not yet learned, meaning a few students have tried it but they weren't successful with it, or the lost in a recent assessment, meaning that many students were able to accomplish it the first go around but lost it in a recent knowledge check. For these ones I would do something similar, but I would usually ask them more questions like, why? Why do you think so many students were not able to be successful with these topics? Was it a misconception, or is there just something that we need to go over as a class? And a lot of times that would get my students talking, which I loved. Beyond that, you can use the full reports, which are linked up here in the top drop-down tab, or you can use in the bottom right-hand corner the view all to see the full report that goes along with it. Those three tabs all go to the ALEKS Pie report, and this report is great for seeing exactly what your students were working on and what they might need support with. Beyond just seeing all of the topics in here, you can also click on their scores to see what specific students have it remaining, which students have already progressed through it, and which students are ready to learn it, and what students attempted but not yet learned it. So you can check in with those specific students if you're looking for something more student-specific rather than just the class as a whole. Another report that I like to point to mid-semester is the assignments report. If you have any non-adaptive assignments in your course, like homework assignments, tests, or quizzes, this report is really great for checking in with your students and ensuring that you're curating your instruction to what they need. So what I would do is anytime I would give a quiz or a test, I would come in here and click on it, and not only can you see it on the individual student level to see what their scores are and view a full report on which questions they got correct or incorrect, you can also do an item analysis as a whole group and a whole class. So I would do something similar with this report, percent of students who answered incorrectly, so I would always go with the most missed question. I would just click on it and take a look at the information here, but you can also then click on the specific question and pull it up on your screen in class. So again, just another way to curate the instruction to exactly what your students are needing help and support with. So I hope that you are able to take at least one thing from this video and implement it into your classroom. If you'd like to do a full reports training or a deep dive into your specific student data, feel free to reach out to your implementation manager. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.